Formulas that invigorate the blood. Tao He Cheng Chi Tang. Peach pit decoction to order the qi. All ingredients. Tao Ren 12 to 15 grams. Da Huang 12 grams. Guiji 6 grams. Mang Xiao 6 grams. Added afterwards to the strained decoction. Jigansao 6 grams. Drains, heat, and breaks up blood stasis. Indications are acute lower abdominal pain, night fevers, delirious speech, irritability, restlessness, thirst, blood buildup in the lower burner, accumulation of blood stasis and heat. In more severe cases, accompanied by manic behavior. In women, possible dysmenorrhea or amenorrhea. Pulse is submerged and full or choppy. Cautions and contraindications. Contraindicated during pregnancy. This formula can be used for the following Western medical illnesses: acute pelvic inflammatory disease, leiomyoma, difficult childbirth, retained placenta, prolonged lochia, cystitis, benign prostatic hypertrophy, prostatitis, gonorrhea, ulcerative colitis, renal syndrome, and also can be used for neurological conditions such as a traumatic headache, cerebral contusion, subarachnoid hemorrhage, sequela of brain trauma, trigeminal neuralgia. Can be used for psychiatric disorders including schizophrenia and epilepsy. Can also be used for acute conjunctivitis, blepharitis, pterygium, facial acne, red nose, gingivitis with bleeding. Can be used for skin disorders such as urticaria, seborrheic dermatitis, scarlet fever, allergic purpura. Can also be used for vascular disorders such as hypertension and myocardial infarction, even varicose veins, cerebrovascular disease, arteriosclerosis. Has many uses. Has been used for pancreatitis, tuberculosis, asthma, hepatic coma, chronic renal insufficiency, purulent mastitis, bone spurs, pinworms. Some modifications are for irregular menstruations or dysmenorrhea, add dangui and honghua. For qi stagnation, add shengfu and wu yao, qingpi and mu sheng. For a more severe obstruction from blood stasis, add qi shao and sun qi. For nosebleeds or spitting up blood, add sheng di huang and bai mao gen. For prolonged or retained lochia or hard fullness in the lower abdomen, combine with Shi Xiao Sun or sudden smile powder. Shui Fu Zhu Yu Tang. Drive out stasis from the mansion of blood decoction. All ingredients. Tao Ren 12 grams. Hong Hua 9 grams. Dangui 9 grams. Chuan Shong 4.5 grams. Qi Xiao 6 grams. Mu Shi 9 grams. Chai Hu 3 grams. Jugen 4.5 grams. Ji Ke 6 grams. Sheng Di Huang 9 grams. Gansao 6 grams. Invigorates the blood, dispels blood stasis, spreads the chi of the liver and unblocks the channels. Indications are pain in the chest and hypochondria, chronic stubborn headache with a fixed piercing quality, chronic hiccups, a choking sensation when drinking, dry heaves, depression, a sensation of warmth in the chest, heart palpitations, insomnia or restless sleep, irritability, tidal fever, mood swings. Tongue is dark red or dark spots on the side. Lips are dark or purplish. Pulse is wiry and tight or choppy. Some cautions and contraindications. Contraindicated in pregnancy. Contraindicated in excessive menstrual bleeding. Contraindicated in deficient and weak people. Use this formula for the following Western medical illnesses: cardiac and vascular disorders such as coronary artery disease, rheumatic valvular heart disease, hypertension, cor pulmonale. Use it for intercostal neuralgia, costochondritis, and thoracic strains. Use it for post-concussion syndrome, migraines, trigeminal neuralgia, depression, psychosis. Can also use for primary dysmenorrhea and chronic hepatitis, peptic ulcers, and urticaria. Some modifications are: for headache, add manjingzi and cg li. For pain in the hypochondria from an enlarged liver, add danshan and yu jin, meng chong and ju shang chong. For amenorrhea, remove zhegeng and add shangfu and imusao and zilan. For rheumatic valvular heart disease, remove chuan niu ti and zhegeng and add suan cao ren, dang shen, and jifu ci and guiji. For angina pectoris, increase the dosage of honghua and chuanchong and add danshen. Wen Jing Tang, warm the menses decoction. All ingredients: Wu Zhu Yu 9 grams, Guiji 6 grams, Dangui 6 grams, Chuanshong 6 grams, Xiaoyao 6 grams, Erjiao 6 grams. Dissolve it into the strained decoction. Maimendong 9 grams, Mudan Pi 6 grams, Renshen 6 grams, Gansao 6 grams, Shengjiang 6 grams, Jibansha 6 grams. Warms the vessels, dispels cold, nourishes the blood, and dispels blood stasis. The indications are mild and persistent uterine bleeding, irregular menstruation, either early or late, extended or continuous menstrual flow between the periods, pain, distension, and cold in the lower abdomen, infertility, dry lips and mouth, low-grade fever, warm palms and soles. Tongue is purplish and pulse fine and rough. This is for a deficiency and cold of the conception and penetrating vessels, together with obstruction due to blood stasis. Some cautions and contraindications. Contraindicated in abdominal masses due to blood stasis from excess. Use this formula for the following Western medical illnesses: gynecological disorders, dysfunctional uterine bleeding, uterine hypoplasia, endometrial hyperplasia, endometriosis, leiomyoma, dysmenorrhea, amenorrhea, polycystic ovarian disease, infertility, habitual miscarriages, threatened abortions, perimenopausal syndrome. Can also be applied to male urogenital disorders such as erectile dysfunction or oligospermia and benign prostatic hypertrophy. Has been used in cases of hernias, eczema, chilblains, psoriasis, coronary artery disease, sciatica, rheumatoid arthritis, chronic gastritis, and chronic cholecystitis. Some modifications are for a severe lower abdominal cold with pain, remove Mai Mendong and Mudan Pi, and add Xiao Hui Sheng and Aye, and remove substitute Rogui for Guiji. For more severe qi stagnation, add Shang Fu and Wu Yao. For the mild and persistent uterine bleeding with pale blood, remove Mudan Pi and add Pao Jiang and Aye and Shudi Huang. For persistent bleeding after miscarriage, remove Gan Sao and add Dan Shen and Imu Sao and Ni Niu Qi. For chronic endometriosis, add Ru Shang and San Qing. Sheng Hua Tang, generating and transforming decoction. All ingredients: Dangui 24 grams, Xuan Chong 9 grams, Tao Ren 6 to 9 grams, Pao Jiang 1.5 grams, Jigansao 1.5 grams. Invigorates the blood, transforms and dispels blood stasis, warms the menses, and alleviates pain. Indications are retention of the lochia, accompanied by cold and pain in the lower abdomen, a pale and purple tongue or pale tongue with purple spots, and a thin, submerged, and choppy pulse. This formula is for the postpartum period when cold has entered in and there's a deficiency of normal qi. Cautions and contraindications. It is contraindicated in blood stasis due to heat in the blood, or postpartum hemorrhage because of warm blood invigorated nature of these herbs aggravates these conditions. Use the formula for the following Western medical illnesses: prolonged lochia, retained placenta, bleeding post-miscarriage, ectopic pregnancies, leiomyoma, endometriosis, and infertility. Some modifications are for the applying postpartum with a discharge of lochia and only slight abdominal pain, remove Tauren. For more severe retention of blood and more abdominal pain, add Pu Huang, Wu Ling Ji, and Yan Hu So. For more severe cold, add Ru Gui. For feverish associated with blood stasis, add Mudan Pi and Qi Shao. For postpartum qi deficiency with profuse sweating, add Renshin and Huang Qi. For failure of uterus to resume its normal size postpartum, add Imu Sao. Guiji Fooling 1, cinnamon twig and poria pill. All ingredients: Guiji 9 to 12 grams, Fooling 9 to 12 grams, Xiao Yao 9 to 15 grams, Mudan Pi 9 to 12 grams, Tao Ren 9 to 12 grams. Invigorates the blood, transforms blood stasis, and reduces fixed abdominal masses. Indications are mild, persistent uterine bleeding with purple or dark blood. During pregnancy, abdominal pain that increases with pressure. Restless fetus disorder due to blood stasis. Immobile masses of the lower abdomen with pain and tenderness. Abdominal spasms and tension. Amenorrhea with abdominal distension and pain. Dysmenorrhea. Retention of the lochia. Tongue is dark with purple spots. Pulse is submerged and choppy. Some cautions and contraindication. Use with extreme caution during pregnancy. Use this formula for the following Western medical illnesses: gynecological disorders, masses or bleeding from the uterus, primary dysmenorrhea and dysfunctional uterine bleeding, leiomyoma, endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, chronic salpingitis, chronic pelvic inflammatory disease, endometriosis, habitual miscarriage, ectopic pregnancies, retained placenta, prolonged lochia, and postpartum urinary retention. Other Western medical illnesses to use could be fibrocystic breasts, benign prostatic hypertrophy, intestinal polyps, post-vasectomy pain with localized nodules. Also for thyroid hypertrophy, granulomas, cystic acne, vocal cord nodules, nodular vasculitis, also for hemorrhoids. Can also be used for psychiatric disorders such as schizophrenia, epilepsy, neuroses, and also used for iritis, central serous retinopathy, choroidal hemorrhage, and conjunctivitis. Has been used to treat chronic gastritis, hepatoma, appendicitis, orchitis, nephrotic syndrome, anemia, and ulcerations of the lower extremities. Some modifications are: for more severe blood stasis, add da huang. For a chronic accumulation and clumps and fixed abdominal masses, add muli, bieja, danshen, rusheng, muyao, and jinei-jin. For heavy menstrual bleeding or irregular uterine bleeding, add wuling-ji and pu huang and shui-ju-chan. For severe pain, add yan-hu so, rusheng, and muyao. For discharge due to damp, add yi-ren, bai-ji, and che-qian-zi. For amenorrhea due to blood stasis, add xuan-sheng, hong-hua, sheng-fu, and imu-sao. For stasis in the womb, add dang-gui, chuan-sheng, wu-yao, sheng-fu, and niu-shi. For prolonged lochia, add dang-gui, imu-sao, and pao-jiang. For pronounced blood deficiency, combine with dang-gui, xiao-yao-san, dang-gui, and peony powder. Danshen yin salvia drink. All ingredients: danshen 30 grams, tanxiang 3 grams, sha-ren 3 grams. Invigorates the blood, dispels blood stasis, promotes movement of qi, and alleviates pain. Indications are abdominal or epigastric pain radiating upward, accompanied by signs and symptoms of blood stasis and qi stagnation. Qi stagnation and blood stasis in the middle burner, abdominal or epigastric pain radiating upwards. Cautions and contraindications are contraindicated during pregnancy. Used for the following Western medical illnesses: angina pectoris, hepatitis, pancreatitis, cholecystitis, chronic gastritis, peptic ulcers, primary dysmenorrhea, secondary dysmenorrhea. Some modifications. For angina pectoris, combine with gualoshi by baijutang or trichosanthes fruit, Chinese chive, pinelia decoction. For stomach pain and distension or pain radiating to the flanks, accompanied with nausea and vomiting, combine with Si Ni San or Jinling Zisan, and add Daije Shi and Xuan Fu Hua. For painful obstruction of the chest with stabbing pain radiating to the back, accompanied by shortness of breath, add Qi Shao and Xuan Shong and Hong Hua and Shan Sha or Shan Jia and Ji Ke. For pain in the flanks due to blood stasis in the collaterals, adds Yu Jin and Ru Sheng.